In this chapter, we'll look at sub-object polygon editing, just going a little bit deeper into the polygon techniques. The first one I want to share with you is called sub-object transform constraints. We can move a sub-object like a vertex in the space of another sub-object like an edge. And our staircase is a good example for that. If I get in close here down near the bottom, what I've got currently are just these procedural boxes, just primitives. And the way it's set up right now, the side of the staircase will go all the way down to the floor, and there's a little bit of a space here where people could trip. And what I want to do is just chop this off so that the side of the staircase just ends right here. I could do that in several different ways. For example, I could use the quick slice tool and chop through to create new edges and then delete the excess polygons on the end. But then I'd be left with a big hole, and I'd have to fill that hole. An easier way for me to do this would be just to take the points on the ends here and slide them along this edge until we have a parallel surface there. Okay, this needs to be an editable poly in order to take advantage of sub-object transform constraints. Currently, these are boxes. And in fact, they're an instanced box. They're both the same box. I need to convert one of them to editable poly. Select and right-click, choose Convert to Editable Poly. The other one here used to be an instance, but as soon as I convert it to editable poly, they're no longer instances. I'll need to recreate that instance later. I'll select that back one and delete it. Select this forward one, and we want to open up the modeling ribbon if it's not visible. I've got it hidden, so I'll toggle that ribbon visibility back on again, and then go into vertex subobject mode because I want to move these vertices. Now, when I did that on my system, a lot of the tools got hidden because these panels wouldn't all fit on my screen at once. I can hide a panel or two to make more space. Just right-click on an empty spot of the ribbon and go to Show Panels, and I'll just hide the Align panel since I'm not using it. Once I did that, now the edit panel is wide enough so that we can see all the tools. I'll select those vertices, both of them there. And then we got our constraints here. I want to constrain to edges, and that's the little cube with outlined red edges. Activate that, and then grab the Move tool, and we can move in this case, X and Z by clicking on the bracket, and we're able to slide that up and down while keeping the edge in place. Very cool. All right, so of course, if I drag down the bottom, I'm going to be constraining to the other edge. I want to constrain to this top edge here. And I want to make sure that I don't go too far, because if I go too far, I can't actually get back. Okay, this is kind of a weird dependency. If I go out to here and then release, I can't actually constrain to an extrapolated edge. Okay, in other words, there's an edge that has a certain direction here, but I can't constrain to something that doesn't exist. So be careful about that. I'll undo that with Control-Z. And in order to see this more clearly, let's go to the front viewport, Alt-W. Getting close up here. I can precisely position that where I need it. And just set it so that that edge there is vertical. And we're done with that one. Let's do the top as well. Go up here. And let's take these vertices, and we want to slide them along this edge. Let's check this in the perspective view while we do it, just to make sure we're doing what we think we're doing. Go back to front viewport, right-click to activate it, and then drag these down. Boom, done. Sub-object transforms. Really, really good. When we constrain those transforms, we have a lot more control. All right, so that's that. We can exit out of sub-object mode. We just want to make a duplicate or clone of this new editable poly object and select it. And we can go ahead and move it, grab the Move tool, hold down the Shift key, drag that over and roughly position it, make it an instance, click OK, and then go into the top view and position it precisely. In fact, we can just type in the value here. It's going to be 2 feet and 2 inches. All right, that's how to use sub-object transform constraints in order to slide components or sub-objects in the space of other sub-objects.